You can already tell what I'm about to say here based off the title of this live stream here. Did Emma Gonzalez bully the school shooter of Parkland? That's the latest question, guys. I could tell you guys the very, very simple answer. It has actually happened or not. But I want to actually get on with my intro before we start talking about this fake news. Well, I'm actually going to be calling satire news from now on. So before I actually get started with all this, I want you guys to make sure that you give this video a big ol' thumbs up, right? That would really, really, really help me out a lot, right? Also, make sure you guys check out the 4 awesome websites description box below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Very obvious, right? We're trying to reach the 1,000 subscriber goal by the end of the year, right? So anyway, and yes, I will be automatically adjusting that a lot during this time. So anyway, without any further ado, let's go on the fake news. And keep in mind, it's a little controversial, so this matter offends you, get off of this video because it's going to talk a lot about Parkland. That's a little warning, you guys. So anyway, let's see here. Conspiracy theorists try to discredit the mass shooting survivor again by ignoring the suspect's history of disturbing behavior, of course. So, let's see here. Did Parkland survivors admit to bullying the gunman, Nicholas Cruz? Well, we'll figure that out, right? So anyway, as you guys might already know, Emma Gonzalez she admitted to bullying a former student, Nicholas Cruz, who was 19 years old, who killed 17 people? Well, the answer is no. And why would that even happen, right? Like, I know, yeah, some girls might be a little mean at every now and then, but, you should never bully a shooter, Like, that's a very important life lesson. Like, that one's about to be killed, Like, you bully a shooter, boom. The gun pulls, you're dead. So, just keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind. I mean, that's just incredibly stupid. Like, why would you even do that? Well, that might be before. Yeah, that might be definitely before the attacks happened. Like, last year or something like that. So, anyway, let's talk about the origin, right? And I could go get rid of this glow on my face. In March 2018, conspiracy theorists made another attempt to use disinformation in order to discredit gun safety activist Emma Gonzalez by accusing her of bullying her former high school classmate accused of killing 14 students and 3 staff members a month earlier. In this case, conservative blogs such as louderwithcrowder.com and right-leaning magazines like the American Spectator circulated a brief clip taken from her remarks at a rally just about a couple of days after the attacks in Fort Lauderdale, which is not too far from Parkland, calling it proof that Gonzalez admitted to mistreating the suspect, Nicholas Cruz, as this. Since he was in middle school, it was no surprise to anyone who knew him to hear that he was the shooter. Those talking about how we should have not ostracized him. You didn't know this kid? Okay, we did. But placed in context, Gonzalez's remarks revealed that students at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School had alerted officials concerning Cruz's behavior and not just ostracizing him out of spite. So many signs that the Florida shooter was mentally disturbed, even expelled for bad and erratic behavior. Neighbors and classmates knew he was a big problem, must always report such instances to authorities again and again. We did time and time again. Since he was in middle school, it was no surprise to anyone who knew him to hear that he was the shooter. Those talking about how we should have not ostracized him, you didn't know this code, okay? We did. We know that they are claiming mental health issues, and I'm not a psychologist, but we need to pay attention to the fact that this was not just a mental health issue. He would have he would not have harmed that many students with a knife. Boom. The FBI confirmed shortly after the attacks that it had received reports concerning the suspect, but failed to act upon them. So yeah, they totally screwed up there. Yeah, for at least a little bit. I mean, the FBI should have had a little bit more on the lookout for Nicholas Cruz. They should have definitely had him on the lookout. Yeah, but prior to being expelled from the school the month of the attack, Cruz had also reportedly threatened online to commit such an attack and was suspended for attacking a student who was dating his former girlfriend. Look. He also reportedly posted racist and homophobic thoughts in a private chat group and also wrote, "I think I'm going to kill people," claiming that he did so in jest. Another Stoneman Douglas High student, Isabel Robinson, called the idea that she and her classmates could have prevented the shooting by being nicer to their attacker. A slap to the face to both the survivors and the victims in a March 27, 2018 op-ed for the New York Times. Robinson wrote that when she first encountered Cruz, when he hit her in the back with an apple and displayed no remorse, a year later she recalled she was assigned to tutor him as part of the school's peer counselor report. Being a peer counselor was the first real responsibility I had ever had. My first glimpse of adulthood, and I took it very seriously. Despite my discomfort, I sat down with him, alone. I was forced to endure his cursing me out and ogling my chest until the hour-long session ended. When I was done, I felt a surge of pride for having organized his binder and helped him with his homework. Looking back, I am horrified. I now understand that I was left unassisted with a student who had a known history of rage and brutality. Now, suggesting that Cruz's issues could have been remedied by being loved more by his fellow students, Robinson wrote, represents both a fundamental misunderstanding of mental health and a dangerous idea. It's not the obligation to children to befriend classmates who have demonstrated aggressive, unpredictable, or violent tendencies, Robinson wrote. It is the responsibility of the school administration and guidance department to seek out those students and get them the help that they need, even if it's extremely specialized attention that cannot be provided at the same institution. There you go. You learned all of the information pretty much that you need to know about for this fake news topic. So, anyway, if you had learned something new, like if you learned what was behind all of that, like how did all that happen, well, good. You finally learned something new. Otherwise, it's just a little bit of grief. Anyway, guys, that's it. And the live stream is about over. So make sure you guys subscribe, like this video, and remember the subscribe button will, there's actually no subscribe button around here. You just make sure you listen to my advice, subscribe to my channel, like this video, check out the 4 awesome websites in the description box below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.